All right, so we got The Dark Life of a One-Hit Wonder. Let's get into it.
These artists thought that one-hit record would change their lives for the better. Little did they know, it would actually make their lives much harder. The music industry is brutal, and hit songs create expectations that most artists can never live up to.
I'm not gonna lie. Being a one-hit wonder could either make or break you, depending on how big the song is. Now, if it's a generational song that'll be used for years to come, it can continue to pay you as long as you need to, and as long as you're not stupid with your money. The checks will keep coming in. I'm not gonna lie. If it's a generational song, but if it's a hit song and it only lasts a year, then that's where shit start getting a little dark. And coupled with the fact you don't make good decisions with your money, yeah, definitely.
So today we're going to look at the dark reality of going from a nobody to world famous overnight, and how almost all of them ended in disaster. Starting with Gotye, who went from Billboard #1 to somebody that you used to know. During a hiatus with his indie pop band, The Basics, Australian songwriter Gotye began working on his third solo album, Making Mirrors. The second lead single, Somebody That I Used to Know, was entirely written and produced by Gotye in his parents' barn. After singer Kimbra laid down the second verse, Gotye knew the song had a lot of potential, but he never could have predicted that he was sitting on a global hit. In the music video, they stand in front of a flat background while their bodies are slowly painted to blend into a geometric mural behind them, like camouflage. The subtle nudity, along with the simple yet striking visual, caused the video to soar into the YouTube algorithm in 2011, quickly becoming the third most liked YouTube video of all time. However, almost immediately you could see that Gotye could care less about the superficial numbers associated with his song.
Who really likes things like, on Facebook or YouTube? Like, people go on about likes and stuff. It's such a cursory thing, I think. Maybe it means more to people who are 5 years plus younger than I am, but I'm kind of like, I've never liked something that I've actually genuinely liked. I've just actually liked it and talked to my friends about it, or maybe kept it in mind. I haven't kind of gone like.
Right.
It's like, I actually don't, I don't put any sort of stock in it, really. I mean, I don't know.
But I feel like that's when people make their best work. I feel like when they're not consumed with stuff and extraterrestrial things like likes, views, and stuff, they make better products. And like, when I mean products, I mean music. But when they don't care about that stuff, it's because it's genuine music. I think that's why it did go viral and stuff. You feel me?
Due to countless YouTubers making parody remixes of the track, along with it becoming somewhat of a viral meme, Somebody That I Used to Know topped the charts in more than 20 countries. It held the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 weeks. The song sold over 13 million copies globally, and it is certified platinum in over 10 countries, becoming one of the best-selling digital singles ever. And that all led to the 55th Grammy Awards, where they won Record of the Year and Best Pop Duo/Group Performance. The YouTube video now having over 2.6 billion views.
My goodness. Oh my god. 2.6 billion views? Bro, that's wonderful, bro. I hope he did get paid off of that. Most likely did, though.
Could have earned over $10 million in ad revenue, but he chose not to monetize the video.
Oh my god. Yeah, bro. It's not about the money, but when you have 2.6 billion views, you better go ahead and monetize that, bro. Real talk. Come on, bro.
Oh, I'm not interested in selling my music. That's the reason I don't put ads on my YouTube channel, which seems strange to people.
He's a genuine guy, but come on, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta capitalize on that, bro. Come on.
In today's climate, but that is a decision you can make. Gotye's modesty was almost entirely unheard of in the music industry. He even admitted he was already growing tired of his song. He said, "Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit sick of it. It had an energy that wasn't like anything I've put out before. I don't really feel like it belongs to me anymore. Everybody else kind of owns it now, especially with there being so many cover versions and parodies." He acknowledged that his song was overplayed and saturated to the point of absurdity, where I feel it's an annoying presence in people's lives that they would prefer not to have. However, when he spoke in interviews, he tried to hide his growing contempt for the song.
Are you sick of hearing your own song?
Sometimes it's weird hearing it come on, in different places, like especially lots of places in a row, public places. But I don't know. Maybe I haven't heard it that much. I don't get the feeling I've heard it as much as some people have heard it. For instance, in places in the United States, where obviously they're so sick of it, they feel compelled to tell me how sick of it they are.
You could feel he wanted to be honest about his love-hate relationship with the fame and attention.
Are you comfortable with all the eyes on you?
I don't know. I think I go back and forth, I guess. Maybe anxious at times, or overwhelmed by it, or not sure how to process.
He seems like a genuine guy, so I can't really get mad at him. But that is a crazy opportunity missed. I've never seen anything like that before in my entire life.
And sometimes, they're like, say, doing big shows or meeting a bunch of people. There might have been different times where that would have been overwhelming.
When asked if he could produce another hit song, Gotye replied, "I don't know. Time will tell. I don't know whether I can or whether I want to." We would later find out that he just simply did not want to, because in 2014 he published a newsletter that stated, "New Gotye music. There will be no new Gotye music." Wait, maybe there will be. I'm not entirely sure right now. There are many contingencies. This is pretty much the exact opposite of what an emerging artist would do after they had a huge hit song. But he made it clear that he wasn't aiming for global pop stardom. He said, "I would take a sort of perverse pleasure in a certain part of the public thinking of me as a one-hit wonder."
They really do leave after they've heard the hit song.
Especially in America. I really wish I'd decided at some point, I really did want to do a show where I just played that one song 20 times in a row, just without flinching.
Using Boomerang, you can request read receipts for any email you send. Once you've written your message,
Instead of capitalizing on his fame, Gotye returned to his roots and rejoined his old band with his buddies, the Basics. Since then, the band has released 2 studio albums, The Age of Entitlement in 2015 and Basic in 2019, while continuing to perform for small crowds regularly throughout Australia. He also formed an ensemble called the Ondioline Orchestra to celebrate and revive the rare early electronic instrument, the ondioline. The group debuted in 2016 with a tribute concert honoring electronic music producer Jean-Jacques Perry shortly after his passing, and have since performed at festivals and concerts dedicated to the history of electronic music. Gotye today spends his days collecting vintage music instruments and creating whatever he wants, whenever he wants, because he refused to sell his soul to the music industry. Wanting to remove yourself from this industry is common.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually not a bad decision, because selling your soul to the industry, bro, it could really be your downfall. Just as much as you not selling your music, and then letting somebody buy your soul, basically, essentially, it could be just as worse, because they really take over your music, and then they'll mess you over at the end, because like it never really goes in their favor. They don't have your best interest at heart. They have the company's best interest at heart, and whoever can make them the most money. You stop making the money, they stop caring about you, bro. It's that simple.
For one-hit wonders,
It's
just
really that
like
simple.
ILoveMakonnen. But fans were shocked to see him working as a cook at a local restaurant, considering he had a massive song with Drake in the 2010s. ILoveMakonnen started as a relatively unknown artist to the public, but was well connected in the Atlanta hip-hop scene, with ties to massive producers like Mike Will Made It, Metro Boomin, Sunny Digital, and 808 Mafia. In the summer of 2014, he released a self-titled EP, which included Got the Club Going Up on a Tuesday, after Miley Cyrus
Got the club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl on Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Hey, that song's tough. Hey, oh man, not him, bro. Not him. Not him. No. Don't tell me something bad happened, bro. Come on, that was a good song.
posted his track on Instagram, McConnen saw a flood of new listeners. Then popular music blogs were including his music on their staff picks for the week lists, describing McConnen's voice as incredible. From there, Sunny Digital, who was the esteemed trap producer who made the beat for Tuesday, got a text from Drake.
I just hit him back. It was him. He just asked him if he can get on the song with shit, though. And I'm like, man, I don't know what you asking me for. Like, call you right back. Let me call McConnen right quick and see what's up, man. You know, McConnen was like, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? That's not even the question.
McConnen didn't even think twice and was excited for Drake to.
I mean, like, who would say no to a Drake feature? I mean, except for Fetty Wap. But he did ask Fetty Wap some unreasonable shit. Like, me personally, I'm not taking my friend out the song. You feel me? Like, you can do all three of us, or it's none of us, but you feel me? Like, the way he did Fetty Wap was crazy, though.
Jump on the remix. On September 1st, 2014, they released the song and it launched up to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100. McConnen then signed to Drake's label, OVO Sound, and immediately released his debut album. Being a new rapper with a hit song that featured Drake was a one-way ticket to superstardom. However, for McConnen, it was all downhill from here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Once you sound with Drake, you cannot flop after that. You flop right after that, they're calling you a one-hit wonder, then you're off the scene, bro. Now, that's why I mean by the dark reality, if you sign after that, like, you could easily be cooked, bro.
McConnen had a few singles after Tuesday that were doing well online and making the rounds in clubs, such as I Don't Sell Molly No More and I Like To. But then some of his old tweets resurfaced that would sour the relationship between him and Drake. Tweets where McConnen called Drake corny and criticized anyone who was a fan of his music. McConnen claimed he was simply young, online, and saying wild stuff just to get attention, to get a reaction. As if that wasn't bad enough, 2 months later, McConnen claims his Twitter was hacked, where someone made a handful of disparaging tweets, including one that read, F Drake and F OVO for getting on Fetty Wap's remix and leaving me in the cold.
Yeah, he just single-handedly ruined his career that instant. Yeah, that's just kind of his fault, though. I'm not gonna lie.
All that stuff happened with your Twitter account getting hacked. Did that stress your relationship with Rihanna and Drake, OVO camp? Because I know a lot of people was trying to say, oh, he's about to get dropped from OVO. Everybody's cool.
Yeah, it's just hackers.
It's just hackers.
You know, it's just the internet. I don't know.
However, just a few weeks after this interview, McConnen would start to realize that Drake may not have believed that those tweets were sent by hackers. McConnen was supposed to perform with Drake at the 2015 Wireless Festival, but
who there? Labyrinth, Nero, Duke, Joey Badass. I met with Joey Badass. He's a good artist. G-Eazy. I don't know any of these other people. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know any of these other people. Yeah. Oh, Childish Gambino. I know Childish Gambino. Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Yeah. Nicki Minaj. I know them. But anybody else? Nope. Don't know anybody else.
could feel tension.
Oh, Logic too. Logic
That's when I
too.
knew something was weird. Because when I came out on set, you know, everybody was kind of like, and I started losing weight too, right? Drake had like made a little joke, like, oh, you little Eric Benet looking at me, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, like, haha. And then, like, I just started to feel this vibe, like a little, you know what I mean? Something was said about me, but we not, you know, I don't know. So I'm like, okay. And so then when we go out to do the song, I'm just doing the hook, and I was supposed to go into my verse, they just cut it. And I was like, okay, thanks. You know what I mean? And I just got off stage. But I was like, this is crazy. Like, the crowd is going crazy right now. They with me, like they ready to hear, you know what I'm saying, I was working on, and they just shut it off, and I was like, all right. So then I left that, and then it just started, you know, it was just like, this is getting weird.
And by the end of 2015, he couldn't hold his tongue anymore. In an interview, he said that OVO delayed the release of tracks from his second album, saying that he submitted the songs to the label in January to be released for the summer, but they were never released. When he asked whether he still spoke to Drake, he said, here and there, by the time this comes out, I'll probably see him 6 more times, or no more times. I don't know. 4 months later, McConnen parted ways with Drake's label, OVO Sound, and then proceeded to drop one of the worst freestyles of all time on the Tim Westwood radio show, which coincidentally was him rapping over 3 different Drake beats.
Heard the label said they gon' put the kid on the shelf. That's a motherfucking joke. Boy, don't make me choke. I could freestyle all day, and a nigga will not choke.
Not only was the freestyle
Hey, that's just Hey, no.
bad, but many interpreted it as him dissing Drake.
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or vibe
And as a result, at the 2016 VMAs after party in a New York City nightclub, Drake allegedly threatened McConnen.
And so then Drake looked at me. I was like, Drake, what's up? And then he looked at me like, nigga, next time I see you, I'm gonna f you up for talking shit. Whole security, everybody looking like, you know what I mean? They seeing Drake is like disgruntled. He about to, so they all look.
I'm not gonna lie. Drake said that to me. I wouldn't be able to take him serious like that. I'm not gonna lie. I mess with Drake, but I just can't see bro as a threatening guy. He's a nice guy. You feel me? He's a truly nice guy. I can't see him like that. But I mess with Drake though.
What's the target? And they see McConnen, and they're like, huh? Everybody just kind of look confused, like, I don't know, you know what I mean? That ain't no muscle to go and beat down type shit. Like, you know, bro, look, chill. So they just kind of walked on, and then, you know, I just felt like a lot of, you know, like, weird energy, because Rihanna kind of looked at me and was like, what the f? Like, nigga, this is my night up in this. What the f y'all doing? And I was just like, look, I don't know, I'm gonna just get up out of here.
It was clear that any connection or relationship with Drake was fully destroyed, so McConnen decided to just focus on being the most honest version of himself. In 2017, McConnen publicly came out as gay, and many speculated that his sexuality played a role in his downfall. He said that previous collaborators wouldn't work with him anymore, and hip-hop's long history of homophobia prevented him from thriving in the industry. Since leaving OVO, he has released several EPs, mixtapes, and 3 studio albums, including a collaborative album with Lil Peep called Diamonds, released in 2023 after Peep's death. He also co-wrote Lil Peep and XXXTentacion's posthumous collaboration, Falling Down. Till this day, McConnen is still releasing music consistently, but if I'm gonna be honest, it's just bad. He had a sound that worked in 2014, but 12 years later, he hasn't evolved much. Recently, he went viral after he posted a video of himself working in a restaurant kitchen.
Damn. Yeah, bro, it's nothing wrong with working at this level, but it's just like, it's just so crazy to see somebody that worked at a job that he did, and now they're just working at a, you know what I'm saying, a restaurant. Like, there's nothing wrong with working at a, like, where you're at right now. But when you go from there to working at a job, like, it's just really crazy. It's honestly crazy. It's crazy to see that. But nothing wrong working a job.
If you need to come guest chef at your motherfucking spot, holla at me. Let me know what city.
Like, if you saw, if you saw, like, Shaq working at McDonald's every day, like, you'd be like, bro, Shaq, what the fuck are you doing here? Like, you feel me? Like, it's like that time. That's how I feel about it. That's correct, you know what I'm saying?
Cooking up. We got the smash burgers going off tonight.
The internet rushed to tell the story of a fallen rapper who is now working a 9-to-5. But the true story was that a fire had devastated Portland's Burn Money Studios, a hub for local artists where McConnen worked, stored merch, and created art. His kitchen shift was a part of a fundraiser to help his community rebuild what they lost. But even if he was working a regular job, there's absolutely no shame in that. These days, McConnen says he wants out of the music business. I never chased a recording career. Music was a way out, but once I saw the politics, the egos, and the fake-ish, I knew this wasn't for me. Respectfully, I want to remove myself. Whether it was self-sabotage, making mediocre music, or a closed-minded industry, the reason behind McConnen's downfall is not exactly clear, unlike Desiigner, who had one very specific and disturbing incident on a plane involving the FBI that changed his career forever. On December 15th, 2015, just before the peak of the infamous SoundCloud rap era, Desiigner released Panda on SoundCloud, rapidly gaining millions of streams on the site. The immediate success of Panda led to an all-out bidding war to sign him, with 11 different record labels submitting
Panda. I got blogs in there. That's all.
Offers to sign Desiigner. He ultimately ended up going with Kanye West's record label, Good Music, even though they weren't necessarily offering the most money.
I ain't kid, I ain't have all the money. I just wanted to make the best out of the movement. And that's what got that diamond, because I never seen it for the cash. You feel what I'm saying? I just wanted to be able to create a movement where I could be able to jump on stage and make people mosh pit, feel good, inspire others, tap in, help communities, and really do this shit how I wanted to do it.
That same month, Panda would be re-released under the imprint. Desiigner would also be featured on Kanye's album Life of Pablo once on Part 2, which included a sample of Panda, and again on Freestyle 4. With the newfound notoriety and a major cosign from Ye, Panda reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and would eventually become 5 times platinum. You absolutely could not escape this song. It was playing on the radio every hour for months straight. At first, many hip-hop fans, including myself, thought it was a song by the rapper Future, but once they got to know Desiigner through interviews and social media, his personality was infectious.
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm feeling good. I'll hold the mic for you if you want me to.
No, I can hold it. Hey, it's your night. I'll just sit here. How do you feel being here?
Bro, I feel good, man. Count my
Why you got those type of animations?
blessings, man. Here with my family, with my moms and my pops out tonight. About to see my man Kanye go there for minutes. I've been nominated for 2 awards. Y'all know what time it is. Hey, get it on.
His momentum trickled over into his debut mixtape, New English, which peaked at number 22 on the Billboard 200. From there, Desiigner was featured in the iconic 2016 XXL freshman class, where his freestyle went viral and would end up being released.
Oh, he was with Kodak and them? Bro, how did he mess this up? How did he possibly mess this up? Bro, come on, bro.
Released as his next major single called Timmy Turner. But this is where everything started going wrong. Desiigner and 4 other people were arrested on September 8th, 2016 following a road rage incident in New York City that allegedly ended with the rapper pointing a gun at the occupants of another vehicle. The NYPD confirmed that officers—
See, it's always the gun. Like, that's what really be the downfall of these people, bro. It be the weapons. Like, just like John Moran. John Moran had no reason to pull that thing out on IG. He did that for absolutely no reason. Like, bro, this is be people's downfalls, bro. Like, John's about to mess up his career, and he's in the NBA. He already made it. I never seen somebody try to go back down to somewhere that they struggled to get out of. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't probably even wasn't even in the hood to begin with. You feel me? Like, come on, bro. That's not even that serious, bro.
Officers searched the SUV and initially reported finding a large quantity of Oxycontin and various other prescription pills. Desiigner was taken into custody and faced serious charges, including criminal possession of a weapon and criminal possession of a controlled substance. But he would later be released, seemingly unfazed by it all.
Music is one of the best ways to express your feelings. That's why today we're gonna do some
freaking music in the bathroom?
They try to keep me in there, you feel me? But when you're doing right, you feel me, and keeping it positive, they can't lock you down.
You think you're getting set up, man?
2 days later, prosecutors dropped the felony gun charge. On the other hand, the pills were later identified as anabolic steroids belonging to the driver, Scott Siegel. Although the rapper managed to avoid serious jail time, he had a difficult time replicating the success he had with Panda, and that is likely due to his new music sounding exactly like every other standard trap song made for the past 10 years, all while his vocal delivery sounded just like Future. By 2018, Desiigner's hype had already died down, which meant the release of his debut EP, LOD, went unnoticed, peaking at number 161 on the Billboard 200. From there, the rapper pretty much fell into obscurity and wouldn't make headlines until he parted ways with Good Music in 2019. He never even released a full studio album with the label, but he said the reason behind the fallout was that he was going through family struggles and wasn't able to talk to Kanye about it.
Because the reason why I left, is because, you know, I was going through like a little mental thing. I was coming up out of high school. My pops was in a coma. While I was on tour, I was having a great time, but I just knew something.
Bro, I don't want to sound like a broken record. And just like Cassinet said, you also to keep it, make sure your mental health is okay. You know what I'm saying? Chat, what is even mental health? Like, you feel me? Like, what is even mental health? But that boy was kind of funny as hell, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, you funny, bro. But in all seriousness, get your mental health right. And if you don't, you're not going to be able to succeed and do whatever you want to do, bro. It's just that simple.
At home, what's happening with my mom and my, you know what I mean, my pop's health and shit. Like, so it was just like, you know what I mean, I wanted Ye to talk to, and it was hard to speak on it, you know what I'm saying?
Since leaving Good Music, Desiigner has dropped several singles and EPs independently, essentially going back to being an underground artist despite once being viewed as one of hip-hop's most promising breakout stars. But hip-hop fans would constantly troll him online, saying that he fell off.
Nobody that's doing this shit for me, bro. Like, I signed to Kanye West, the biggest nigga. That nigga's still in the world. Y'all niggas think he's the genius. Y'all niggas think all that nigga shit. Well, to me, nigga, that nigga's crazy, nigga. I've been doing shit by myself. To me, nigga, I brought Good Music back, nigga. And everybody know that, nigga. So what y'all talking about? I fell off, nigga. I only dropped 2 mixtapes, bro. Y'all people was mad ungrateful. Y'all ungrateful for the music I gave y'all.
When he found out about the killing of Migos rapper Takeoff, which happened shortly after the murder of Desiigner's friend and rapper P&B Rock, he broke down on Instagram Live.
Why? Why did we do this? Why did we do this?
Yeah, that was sad, bro. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. And it just had shot at another one of them not too long ago, right? It was it Quavo or the other one? I forgot his name. But I'm tripping. I forgot his name. But they shot at one of them other ones too.
I swear to God, it ain't nothing. I'm done rap. I'm done rap. This version of me is done. It's done. It's done. That's a Takeoff, bro.
It appeared that Desiigner's mental health was at an all-time low, but we found out how grim it really was on April 17th, 2023, when he exposed his private parts while traveling first class on a Delta airplane from Tokyo to Minneapolis. CBS reported that he was gooning in his seat as well. He would be moved to the back of the plane.
Oh yeah, this is a one-way, like, instant way to ruin your career. And it was already over at this point, but he just sealed the deal. That's crazy work. Nah. Gooning, bro? Are you serious, bro?
And monitored by 2 traveling companions. Once the plane landed, Desiigner was interviewed by an FBI agent and later charged with indecent exposure, a federal misdemeanor offense since the incident took place on an international flight. Shortly after, he released a public statement apologizing for his behavior.
Yeah, man, I messed up, man. I wasn't supposed to do that, man. Word.
You wasn't supposed to do that. That's not a simple mistake. Bro, that's like 5 mistakes wrapped in one. You had to literally pull your shit down and just start going to work. Fam, that's not a mistake, bro. You meant to do that, bro. Come on, bro.
Pled guilty to the indecent exposure charge and was sentenced to probation and ordered to complete community service and mental health treatment, avoiding jail time once again.
Was it like you thought that it was funny, or was it more something where like you were just fully like tweaked out of your mind and you just didn't know what you were?
Not even gonna say too much, bro.
Yeah, didn't know what I was doing. I was fully tweaked out of my mind. This is when I was vegan. I didn't have enough sugars, and yeah, so it was like I was kind of like out of my body. It really wasn't like who my character was, and it's just like word, bro. I was on medication. I took medication and word, and just went to sleep on the plane.
Now this was a pretty serious crime, something that could have easily got him sex offender status, but Desiigner has tried to dissuade anyone from thinking those were his intentions.
Thinking like, damn, I hope nobody thinks I'm a pervert or anything. Like that's not what I'm all about. You feel me? I'm
not gonna lie, it's really hard to not think that after doing something like that. It's really hard, bro. No pun intended, because that is genuinely ridiculous, bro. On the plane, bro. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Like love and just
that's kind of inexcusable.
Going and stuff.
He was open about the fact that he went to a mental health facility and has been on medication since then. Fans wrote, he aged 20 years after the incident. Dude's on all the
Base 44 super agents. The next thing you can't live without. Clearing up your email, scheduling
psych meds. And just last week, Desiigner was arrested again on charges of third-degree domestic assault. In his mugshot, he looks completely unrecognizable to the smiling superstar we once knew. It's evident that the pressure of being a mainstream artist was just too much for Desiigner to handle, as this industry often chews up and spits out those who rapidly ascend to fame. Lucky for him, he is still able to survive off the money he made from his hit song. The same thing cannot be said for Kevin McCall, who had a hit song alongside Chris Brown, never made any money from it, and recently broke.
See, like I said, he's able to survive off the residual money that he's making from that song. Like if it's a hit song and it has longevity, you'll be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Down in tears, revealing he was on government assistance. While Kevin K-Mac McCall is mostly known for his appearance on Chris Brown's hit single Deuces, he has had a long career behind
Deuces. I'm sorry, I'm never doing that shit again.
The scenes as a songwriter. In the 2000s, he signed with Chris Brown Entertainment under Interscope Records before working on half of Brown's 2016 mixtape, In My Zone. K-Mac played a significant part in helping Brown find his sound after the critical and commercial failure of Graffiti, which was Chris Brown's comeback album following the domestic violence case with Rihanna. McCall also earned credits as a songwriter on nearly every track in Brown's In My Zone 2. Working under CB opened up doors for him to work with Kanye West, Justin Bieber, Gucci Mane, Drake, and others. However, Kevin's most memorable work came on Brown's fourth studio album, Fame. He worked on hits like She Ain't You, Wet the Bed, and Yeah x3, the latter of which peaked at number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100. At a time when people questioned whether or not Chris Brown's career could recover, the album's success helped him dominate radio stations worldwide, and K-Mac is largely responsible for that success. Fame debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and received 3 Grammy Award nominations, winning Best R&B Album. But
3
originally,
Grammys?
Kevin
Oh my
said
God.
that the song Deuces was not supposed to be on the album.
It was my song. It was a separate package from.
Yo, Vlad has interviewed literally everybody, bro. Oh my God, bro. Vlad has literally interviewed everybody on this earth. This is ridiculous, bro. Genuinely.
The whole thing is like, here's your 10 songs. Oh, and guess what? Listen to this in the car. He was listening to it the whole week. And he's like, nah, I need that song. I need that song.
Okay.
No, I need to come out. I'm an artist. I'm not a producer. I'm not a writer. I'm not a writer or a producer. I'm just me. And I give away a lot of my stuff. So that's how I became writer.
K-Mac ultimately decided to give the song to Chris after they agreed that Kevin would be listed as a featured artist. Deuces would end up being the album's top performing single, reaching number 14 on the Billboard Hot 100 and putting Kevin McCall in the spotlight. He claims he never got paid for the song, but kept working with Chris Brown because ultimately it was good for his career. He was featured on a song called No BS and Strip, which peaked at number 37 and was certified platinum. After that, he and Chris went their separate ways, ending a nearly decade-long partnership. Their apparent feud spilled into the public eye in March 2016 when McCall wrote on Twitter, "We need to sit down and handle this business. I tried the adult business route. I feel my kindness is being taken for weakness." On multiple occasions in his his Vlad TV interview, McCall hinted that he was not afraid to get physical.
I'm a very real person. A lot of people can't take that. A lot of people around him was fake ass niggas. I didn't want to f them up, so I just wouldn't be around. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who I'm talking to. And
damn, shade, bro. He throwing pure shade. My goodness.
So he decided to call me on the phone and tell me how much of a bad look, but he didn't tell me in a professional way. So I had to, check him and let him know, don't ever talk to me like that again, or we'll have a conversation when you see me in person.
Brown responded on social media, accusing McCall of being ungrateful before threatening to beat him up. You won't be able to walk, let alone sing again. Chris.
Yo, they're moving like this? Oh my goodness.
Continued to post videos online where he repeatedly mocked Kevin.
Thank you, K-Mac. I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money. I bought this with your money. I was thinking about giving you this, but I bought this with your money too.
Oh my god. Nah, that's disrespectful as fuck. Nah, that's disrespectful. Nah. That's disrespectful as fuck. Nah.
With your money, that's the only one on the West Coast. Oh, I bought that one with your money too.
In response, K-Mac dropped a diss track titled Beirucci in reference to Chris's ex-girlfriend Karrueche Tran. Then, in 2018, media outlets reported that Kevin was shot and rumors circulated that someone in Brown's circle was responsible. However, McCall clarified, Chris Brown and his seed would be in a casket if he had anything to do with me being shot. Their feud would eventually cool off, but Kevin McCall never found remotely any success as an individual artist, mostly because he had only released a handful of singles in the last decade. He almost entirely faded into obscurity until October 2025 when he appeared on the Back on Fig podcast, where he explained that not getting paid from Chris Brown left him flat broke.
Let me show you how to go from a sketch of an idea
Damn.
to a real working app.
So he kind of got finessed. It kind of was kind of different. He low-key kind of got finessed. I think he should have got paid. If his name's on the song, he should have got paid. Simple.
And fight the Chris Brown. I got all type. I didn't get paid for Look At Me Now. I wrote on that. I wrote a whole verse, then Busta Rhymes cut the verse off, but I still did this part. What was we talking about? I need that bread.
From there, he broke down in tears about his financial struggles.
Damn, now that's sad. That's genuinely sad, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's actually sad.
Government assistance card on camera.
He's showing his government assistance card? Nah, that's truly sad. I'm not gonna lie, that's truly sad, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with being a government assistance, but the fact that he feel like he needs to show that to people so they can feel bad for him, that's kind of sad though. It's working though. I'm not gonna lie, it's working.
EBT card. And this nigga is at Breezy, bro, and made 90 whatever the million, and it say KKKKK Mac. Can I get 25,000 for them four songs I owe you, bro? I just want to leave, bro.
Leading up to who he is.
I'm not even tripping though. I got an EBT card, my nigga. Like what the bro? I can't even get nothing, bro, man. Y'all niggas want to see a nigga cry in here, so y'all can think I'm a
bro.
That ain't fake.
I'm not gonna lie, look at bro over here. He know this free content, bro. He not tripping over this, bro. This free content for bro. This gonna be his best video ever, bro. Which is sad, bro. He's milking this for content, bro. Come on, bro.
Nigga.
Hey,
I'm on EBT, bro.
Hey,
that's why.
Bro. Hey, look, bro.
I'm down, bro. I'm on EBT, Smack. Look. Say my name, bro. That shit is better. I had to go up in that motherfucker and hide my face with a mask.
Chris Brown had zero empathy for K-Mac, posting to Instagram, "You can't walk across a burnt bridge. You know what's funnier than a troll? A broke one." But at least Kevin...
Damn, bro, Chris Paul ain't got no type of remorse. No type of remorse. Come on, bro. Oh my lord. Do you not have a heart, brother?
McCall is still here and has a platform to tell his story because others are not as fortunate, like Cali Swag District, who made one of the most iconic dance hits of the 2010s, but didn't have a fair shot at a career because two of their members suddenly died. Hip-hop has had countless popular dance trends throughout the years, from the Running Man and the Cabbage Patch in the 80s, to the Tootsie Roll and the Harlem Shake in the 90s, to dem franchise boys Lean With It, Rock With It, and Soulja
Lean with it, rock with it, lean with it, rock with it. Hey, that was that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
The
That was
boys
that
cranked
shit.
that in the 2000s. The 2010s kicked off strong when Cali Swag District, fresh off signing with Capitol Records, released their debut single, Teach Me How to Dougie. Despite only peaking at number 28 on the Billboard Hot 100, nobody would argue against this song being a hit, as it is still being played at school dances, parties, and weddings till this day. While the group didn't invent the Dougie, because it originated in Dallas, Texas in the early 2000s, they're credited with popularizing it worldwide. And when the song blew up, everybody was hitting the Dougie, including A-list celebrities and athletes. The group attempted to build on their buzz with 2 more singles, Where You Are and Kickback, though they didn't perform as well. However, nothing would be the same after the night of May 15th, 2011, when Monte M-Bone Talbert was sitting in the passenger seat of a parked car outside of a liquor store in Inglewood. According to investigators, a gunman in a separate vehicle pulled up and opened fire before speeding away.
So when I go up to the window, I'm talking to him. I'm like, boom. He ain't say nothing. His head is laying on the back of the seat, like, and bro not moving. I say his name again. I'm like, boom, move, get up. And then I seen blood come out, bro, ear. That's when I lost it.
M-Bone was pronounced dead at the hospital. The group's manager, Greg Miller, said, "What makes this especially sad is that none of the guys have ever been involved in any type of gang activity. Weeks after his death, authorities were still struggling to identify a suspect or determine a motive. Still, the Inglewood Police Department didn't consider the shooting a gang hit. Some locals suspected the killer might have just been jealous of Talbert's success. The sentiment was shared at his funeral. I think he wanted to be known as the person who took M-Bone out." What was particularly sad was that M-Bone was the most prolific dancer of the group. He outshined everyone. So without him, the group lost a major piece of their identity. To make things worse, their business was struggling as well. Cali Swag District was signed to Capitol Records, however their parent company, EMI, ceased to exist as an independent major label after being broken apart and sold. The company had been struggling financially for years and was taken over by Citigroup in 2011 due to debt. Citigroup then sold EMI in pieces. Its recorded music division was acquired by Universal Music Group. When Universal took over, they went through the roster and prioritized the artists bringing in the most money, meaning a lot of smaller acts ended up getting dropped, getting shelved, or just not promoted the same way anymore. The group's debut album was continually delayed as a result of the merger. Cali Swag District eventually requested to be released from their contract with Capitol. Soon after, they found a home with Sphinx Music Entertainment / 319 Music Group before releasing The Kickback on July 12, 2011. But the tragedy of M-Bone's death and constant delays meant the album ended up flying under the radar. Plus, when your hit song is a dance record, it can become a trap. The song spreads because it's simple, catchy, and tied to a specific moment, but that same formula makes it hard to
That's kind of
repeat.
that's kind of a bad it's kind of a bad position to be in, bro. Because once it dies out, that's kind of it. You feel me? Like it's literally it. It doesn't have any longevity. Like I said earlier, you don't got any longevity, you are cooked with that one song, bro.
Fans don't connect with the artists; they connect with the dance. And the problem is that once
that's
the
also
dance
that
is
too. That too. They don't connect with the artist, bro. They connect with the dance. That's crazy, bro.
no longer trendy, the artists lose all their attention. And before the group could redefine themselves or regain their momentum, another member, Karan J.R. Childs, died on June 6, 2014 at just 25 years old. J.R. had been living with sickle cell anemia, a genetic blood disorder that affects the shape of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to all parts of the body. In early June of 2014, he was admitted to the hospital after becoming ill. From there, he went into cardiac arrest and passed away. The two surviving members decided that they can't exactly pursue Cali Swag District as a duo. While Smooth the General appears to have stepped away from the spotlight, OFB Young has stayed active as a solo artist, continuing to release singles to this day.
I never got over it. You know what I'm saying? I just know that I got to keep their name alive. If I don't do it, of course, the song gonna live forever, but you know, who gonna tell the story?
And sadly, this isn't exclusive to music.
That's sad, though, genuinely, bro. That Bobby?
Viral fame destroys people in every corner of the
that's the hot tour.
The entertainment industry. So if you want
Backpack Kid, definitely, oh my god, he got it the worst. Definitely got it the worst. But that's it for today's video, and catch me in the next reaction. Let me know down in the comments what y'all want me to react to, and like and subscribe, and peace.